बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़्दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली. Juz 27, Surah Ar-Raḥman, verse 25. So, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 26. All that exists on the earth will perish. 27. But the face of your Rabb will remain full of majesty and glory. 28. Then, O jinns and men, which of your Rabb's glories will both of you deny? 29. All who dwell in the heavens and the earth implore him for their needs. Every moment he is busy in some mighty task, meaning that he is providing for the needs and wants of every creature in the universe simultaneously. 30. Then, O jinns and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 31. O you the two burdens, soon we shall find the time to call you to account. Now here men and jinn who have turned away from the service and obedience of their Lord have been referred as burdens of the earth. 32. Then, O jinn and men, which of the favors will both of you deny? 33. O you, the assembly of jinns and men, if you have the power to get away from the boundaries of the heavens and the earth, then get away. You cannot get away except with our authority. Now this means that you have no power to escape death or accountability. 34. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's authorities will both of you deny? 35. The flames of fire and molten brass will be unleashed on you both, jinn and men, and you will not be able to defend yourselves. 36. Then, O jinns and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 37. When the heaven will burst and will become like red hide. This refers to the day of resurrection. Bursting of the heavens refers to the loosening of the discipline of the heavens, scattering of the heavenly bodies, upsetting the system of the heavens. And the meaning of reddening like red leather is that during that great upheaval, anyone who looks up towards the sky will feel as though the entire heavens was on fire. 38. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 39. On that day, neither man nor jinn will need be asked about his sins, meaning that every sin is recorded with precise details, and once the judgment is passed, there will be no room for explanations and negotiations. And so the point is that this blame game to which we are so used to in dunya cannot be played in the akhirah, because excuses and explanations will not be wanted or accepted. 40. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 41. Because the sinners will be recognized by their faces, and they shall be seized by their forelocks and their feet. Now we are told that sinners will have dark faces and blue eyes on the day of resurrection, and they will be dragged into hell. 42. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 43. It will be said to them, this is hell which the criminals had denied. 44. They shall wander to and fro between fire and hot boiling water. This means that they will feel oppressed with thirst again and again, and will rush towards the springs of water, but will find only boiling hot water, which will not satisfy their thirst, and they will thus continue to wander to and fro between hell and between the springs forever and ever. 45. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's warnings will both of you deny? 46. For those who fear the standing before their Rabb, there will be two gardens. 47. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 48. Having shady trees with lush green branches. 49. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 50. In both of them there would be two flowing springs. 51. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 52. In both of them there will be two pairs of every fruit. 53. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 54. They will recline on couches upholstered with rich brocade, while the fruit of the gardens will be within easy reach. 55. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 56. Therein will be bashful virgins, whom neither any man nor jinn has touched before. 57. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 58. So beautiful, as though they were rubies and corals. 59. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 60. Could the reward for goodness be anything but goodness? This means that how can this be possible, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not reward those people who obeyed him all their lives and waste their sacrifices? 61. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 62. And besides these two, there shall be two other gardens. 63. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 64. Two dark green. Now this means that dark green with foliage. 65. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 66. In both of them there will be two gushing springs. 67. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 68. Each planted with fruit trees and dates and pomegranates. 69. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 70. In each of them there will be chaste and beautiful virgins. 71. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 72. Beautiful hoods sheltered in their tents. 73. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 74. Whom neither man nor jinn has ever touched before. 75. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 76. Reclining on green cushions and beautiful fine carpets. 77. Then, O jinn and men, which of your Rabb's favors will both of you deny? 78. Blessed be the name of your Rabb, owner of majesty and honor. Surah Al-Waqiah. 1. When the inevitable event will come to pass. 2. No one will be able to deny its coming. Here the word Waqiah has been used for resurrection, which nearly means the same thing as the English word inevitable. 3. Then some shall be abased and some exalted. Number 4. The earth shall be shaken with a terrible shake. 5. And the mountain will be made to crumble with awful crumbling. 6. And become like scattered dust. 7. Then you shall be divided into 3 groups. 8. Those on the right hand, how blessed shall be the people of the right hand. So this is the first category, this is the first group, and it means the righteous people who are going to Jannah. These people will be handed over their book of deeds in their right hands. 9. Those on the left hand, how damned shall be the people of the left hand. Now this is the second group, the people of the left hand, and this category will be given their book of records in their left hand and will be taken to the left side, and they are the residents of the fire. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us all from entering this group. 10. And foremost shall be the foremost. This is the third category. The foremost means the people who excelled others in virtue and love of the truth and in good works and responded to the call of Allah and His Messenger before others. So these are, in other words, the achievers. Verse 11, they will be nearest to Allah. They are the leaders of the righteous, so they will be nearest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Jannah. Verse 12, in the gardens of bliss. 13, most of them will be from the former. 14, and a few from the later generations. Now there are two views about this verse. The first view says that former here includes the people from Adam alayhi salam till the time of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the later from his time till the end of time. And the second view says that former are the righteous people belonging to the earlier period of Islam, and later are the righteous people belonging to the later period of Islam. And their number would be less than the people belonging to the earlier period. 15. They shall have jeweled couches. 16. Reclining on them facing each other. 17. And they will be served by the eternal youths. 18. With goblets, shining beakers and cups of pure wine. 19. Which will neither pain their heads nor take away their senses. So unlike the wine of this world, this wine will not give them a headache or take away their senses. 20. They shall have fruits of their own choice. 21. And flesh of fowls that they may desire. 22. And beautiful big-eyed hoors. 23. As lovely as well-guarded pearls. 24. As a reward for the good deeds that they had done. 25. There they shall not hear any vain talk nor sinful word. 26. But only the greetings of peace be upon you. 27. Those of the right hand. Who shall be those on the right hand? 28. They shall be among the thornless low trees. 29. Clusters of bananas. 30. Extended thick shades. 31. Constantly flowing water. 32. Abundant fruits. 33. Of unforbidden, never-ending supply. 34. And will be reclining on high-raised couches. 35. We shall create their wives of special creation. 36. And make them virgins. This signifies the virtuous women of the world who will enter paradise on the basis of their faith and good works. Allah will make them young no matter how aged they might have died in the world. Will make them beautiful whether or not they were beautiful in this world, and will make them virgins whether they died virgins in the world or after bearing children. If their husbands also entered paradise along with them, they would be joined with them. Otherwise, Allah will wed them to another dweller in paradise. 37. Beloved by nature, equal in age. 38. For those of the right hand. 39. Many of them will be from the former. 40. And many from the later generations. 41. As for those of the left hand, how unfortunate will be the people of the left hand. 42. They will be in the midst of scourging winds and in boiling water. 43. In the shade of a pitch black smoke. 44. Neither cool nor refreshing. 45. For they lived in comfort before meeting this fate. 46. They persisted in heinous sins. 47. And used to say, when we are dead and turned to dust and bones, shall we then be raised to life again? 48. And our forefathers too. 49. Tell them, surely those of old and those of present age. 50. Shall certainly be brought together on an appointed time of a known day. 51. Then, O erring rejectors. 52. You shall eat of the zakum tree. 53. And fill your bellies with it. 54. And drink on top of it scalding water. 55. Yet you shall drink it like a thirsty camel. 56. Such will be their entertainment on the day of reckoning. 57. We have created you. Then why do you not testify about our power of creation? 58. Have you ever considered the semen you discharge? 59. Is it you who create the child from it, or are we the creator? 60. It is we who have ordained death among you, and we are not helpless. 61. In replacing you by others like yourselves, or transforming you into beings that you do not know. 62. You already know well your first creation. Why then do you not take heed? Meaning that you already know the process of your coming into being, how you were nourished in the mother's womb, which was no less than a dark grave, and formed into a living human being, how an insignificant speck was developed and endowed with the heart and brain and eyes and ears, hands and feet, and how it was blessed with the wonderful faculties of intellect and sense and knowledge and wisdom and workmanship, etc. Is this miracle in any way less wonderful than being, coming back, being raised back to life again? 63. Have you ever considered the seed that you sow in the ground? 64. Is it you who cause it to grow, or are we the grower? 65. If it be our will, we could crumble your harvest into chaff, and you could be left lamenting. 66. We are indeed left laden with debts. 67. Indeed, we have been deprived from the fruits of our labor. 68. Have you ever considered the water which you drink? 69. Is it you who send it down from the clouds, or are we the sender? 70. If it be our will, we could turn it salty. Why then do you not give thanks? 71. Have you ever considered the fire that you kindle? 72. It is you who made the tree to grow which feeds the fire, or are we the grower? 73. We have made it a reminder for a man as to what would be the life without it, and a provision of life for the dwellers of desert. 74. So glorify the name of your Rabb, who is the greatest. 75. I swear by the setting of the stars. 76. And it is indeed a mighty oath if you but knew it. 77. That this is indeed an honorable Quran. Now this means that just as the system of the heavenly bodies is precise, wise, and in harmony with each other, the verses of the Quran are full of wisdom and knowledge and in perfect harmony with one another. Why? Because they have the same creator. 78. Inscribed in a well-guarded book. Now this means that the book we have is a copy. This Quran is a copy. The actual book is secure with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Lawh Mahfuz, in which there is no possibility of corruption or alteration to take place. 79. Which none can touch except the purified ones, meaning that the angels bring it down. 80. A revelation from the Rabb of the worlds. 81. Would you scorn a scripture as this? 82. And make its denying a means of your livelihood? Now the non-believers belonging to the Quraysh regarded the message of the Quran as harmful to their economic interests and feared that if it succeeded, it would deprive them of their means of livelihood, or that they would lose out on dunya. 83. Why is it not then that when you see a dying person's soul come up to his throat? 84. While you are helplessly watching? 85. At that time, we are nearer to him than you, although you cannot see us. Now, these verses refer to the time of death of a person when the soul reaches the throat. All his near and dear ones look at him and wish that he would live longer, but they are absolutely helpless. And this example is given to show the utter helplessness of man and absolute power of Allah, which the non-believers deny by denying the resurrection. 86. Then why do you not, if you claim you are not subject to reckoning? 87. Restore to the dying person his soul. 88. Then if the dying person is one of those near to us. 89. For him there is comfort and bounty and a garden of bliss. 90. And if he be one of the right hand. 91. He is greeted with salutation, peace be upon you, from those of the right hand. 92. And if he is one of the erring rejectors. 93. He is welcomed with scalding water. 94. And burning in hellfire. 95. Surely this is an absolute truth. 96. Therefore, glorify the name of your Rabb, who is the great. Surah Al-Hadid, verse 1. All that is in the heavens and the earth glorifies Allah, and He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. Verse 2. To Him belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. It is He who gives life and causes death, and He has power over all things. 3. He is the first and the last, the evident and the eminent, and He has the knowledge of all things. Meaning that Allah existed when nothing else existed, and He will exist when everything will perish. He is the manifest because everything in this universe is traced back to Him, and He is the hidden as no one can perceive Him. 4. It is He who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, then firmly established Himself on the throne in a manner that suits His majesty. He knows all that enters the earth and all that emerges from it, all that comes down from the heaven and all that ascends to it, and He is with you wherever you are. Allah is aware of all our actions. 5. To Him belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and all affairs return to Allah for decision. Meaning that whatever incident, whatever happening takes place in dunya, its report goes back to Allah with the most finest and most minutest of details. 6. He causes the night to pass into the day, and the day to pass into the night, and He has knowledge of the inmost secrets of your hearts. 7. Believe in Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and spend in charity out of what you have been made inheritors of. For those of you who believe and spend in charity will be richly rewarded. 8. What is the matter with you that you do not believe in Allah, whereas the Rasul is inviting you to believe in your Rabb, who has indeed taken your covenant, if you are men of faith? Now the covenant mentioned in this verse is the covenant called Ahd-e-Alast, made at the beginning of time, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gathered all the souls that will come on planet Earth till the end of time, and asked them, am I not your Rabb? And they all said yes. Now Rabb means the one who has to be obeyed and not disobeyed. And one covenant is the covenant of La ilaha illallah, by virtue of which we are all Muslims. One cannot enter the fold of Islam without giving this covenant. And the meaning of this covenant is surrendering to the will of Allah and a negation of everything else above it. Allah asks, what is your faith then, if you are not ready to give anything for the sake of Allah? 9. He it is who sends clear revelations to His servants, so that He may lead you from depths of darkness into the light. Surely Allah is most kind and most merciful to you. 10. What is the matter with you that you do not spend in the way of Allah, whereas to Allah belongs the inheritance of the heavens and the earth? Those of you who spent and fought in the cause of Allah before the victory shall receive higher ranks of honor than the others who spent and fought thereafter. Yet Allah has promised you all a good reward. Now this means that why don't you invest your blessings in Allah's way as a proof of your faith? And if you give, don't forget that He's the owner of everything and will not let you go unrewarded. The verse mentions a victory. Some say that this refers to the conquest of Makkah, and some say that this refers to the Pact of Hudaybiyah. That those who spent and did jihad before the victory and those who did after it are not equal. Why? Because when something is well established and proved, then it becomes easy and everyone does it. But when a small minority is doing it and facing opposition, then it becomes very difficult. So that is why it carries greater reward. 11. Who is the one that will give to Allah a goodly loan, so that He may increase it manifold to His credit and give him a liberal reward besides it? 12. On the day of judgment, you shall see the true believing men and the believing women with their light shining before them and on their right hands. It will be said to them, rejoice today, you shall enter the gardens beneath which rivers flow, in which you shall live forever. And this is the highest achievement. Now we come to know from narrations that there would be pitch darkness in the Akhirah. But the case of a believer would be different, that he would be having a light on his right side, and in the radiance of which he will walk, he will see through. And this light would be the light, number one, of a person's iman, number two, his good deeds, and number three, the works of sadaqatun jariyah that he left behind in this world. 13. On that day, the hypocrite men and the hypocrite women will say to the true believers, wait for us, that we may borrow some of your light, but they will be told, go away, seek your light elsewhere. So a wall with a gate shall be set up between them. Inside there shall be mercy, and outside all along there shall be punishment of hell. Now this means that a wall will be set up between these two groups, the people of hell and the people of Jannah. And this wall will have a door in it. And the area which is towards the inside of the door is Jannah, and that towards the outside will be hell. Thus this wall will serve as a partition between them. 14. They will call out the believers saying, were we not on your side? Yes, they will reply, but you led yourselves into temptation. You wavered, you doubted, and were deceived by your vain desires until Allah's command came. While the arch deceiver deceived you concerning Allah till the last moment. So what was their fault? Number one, doubts about the Akhirah, and secondly, becoming a follower of Shaitan. 15. They will be told, today no ransom shall be accepted from you or from the unbelievers. Your abode is the fire which you have justly earned, and it is an evil refuge. 16. Has not the time arrived for the believers to submit with fervent hearts to Allah's warning and to the truth He has revealed, so that they may not become like those who were given the big book before this, even though their term was prolonged for them, but their hearts became hardened today. Most among them are transgressors. Now Allah poses a question, that such a large portion of the Quran has passed and still the hearts of some believers are not ready for submission. Like the people of the book, who had all the knowledge but they did not act on it. 17. You should know that Allah restores the earth to life after its death. Similarly, you shall be brought back to life after your death. We have spelled our revelations for you so that you may understand. 18. Surely the charitable men and the charitable women and those who give a goodly loan to Allah shall be repaid manifold and also be given a liberal reward beside it. 19. Those who believe in Allah and His Rasools, they are the truthful and the true witnesses in the sight of their Rabb. They shall have their reward and their light, but those who disbelieve and reject our revelations, they shall be the inmates of hellfire. 20. You should know that the life of this world is only play and amusement, a show and boasting among yourselves, a quest for greater riches and more children. Its similitude is that of vegetation that flourished after rain, the growth of which delights the tillers. Then it withers and you see it turn yellow. Soon it becomes dry and crumbles away. In the hereafter, there will be either severe punishment or forgiveness from Allah and His good pleasure. The life of this world is nothing but an illusion. Now the verse explains the temporary nature and the transitory qualities of this world as compared to the Akhirah. 21. Therefore rush towards the forgiveness of your Rabb and for the paradise which is as vast as the heaven and the earth, prepared for those who believe in Allah and His Rasool. Such is the grace of Allah which He bestows on whom He pleases, and Allah is the owner of mighty grace. Allah says that instead of competing with others regarding dunya, rush and run, compete with each other to gain maghfirah from your Rabb and to gain Jannah. This competition will be very beneficial for you. Don't run after this small dunya. Run after something big, something substantial, that vast Jannah. 22. No affliction can befall on earth or in your souls except that it is recorded in a book before we bring it into existence. Surely that is easy for Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that these tests have been devised in every person's life in the form of joys, sorrows, gains, losses, but the reaction and the choice of action has been left on man's own will. 23. This is done so that you may not grieve for the things that you miss or be overjoyed at what you gain, for Allah does not love any arrogant boaster. 24. Nor those who being stingy themselves enjoin others to be stingy also. He that gives no heed should know that Allah is free of all needs, worthy of all praises. Now stingy people encourage others to be stingy as well, so that their own stinginess does not become prominent or stand out. 25. Surely we have sent our Rasools with clear signs and sent down with them the book and the scales of justice, so that people may conduct themselves with fairness. We also sent down iron with its mighty strength and many benefits for mankind, so that Allah may know those who will help him, though unseen, and help his Rasools. Surely Allah is all-powerful, almighty. Now the verse says that we also sent down iron with its mighty strength. Now this word anzalna is worth noticing. It was sent from the heavens. Allah doesn't say we made or we produced, but we sent it down. And the latest scientific research tells us that iron is not a product of the planet Earth. It says that it has come from outside. 26. We sent Nuh alayhi salam and Ibrahim alayhi salam and bestowed among their descendants prophethood and the book. Some of them adopted the right guidance, but most of them were transgressors. 27. After them, we sent other Rasools, one after the other, and followed them with Isa alayhi salam, son of Maryam. We gave him the Injil and put compassion and mercy into the hearts of his followers. As for monasticism, they instituted it themselves, for we did not enjoin it on them in order to seek the good pleasure of Allah, but they did not observe it as it should have been observed. Yet we rewarded those among them who were true believers, but most of them are transgressors. As Isa alayhi salam was extremely merciful towards mankind and he served humanity, so this trait is seen in his followers also right up till this day. But monasticism is an innovation which they invented themselves. 28. O believers, fear Allah and believe in His Rasool. He will grant you a double share of His mercy, provide for you a light to walk with, and forgive you your sins. Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. Now there are those men who will get a double reward. And one of them is a person from among the followers of the earlier books who believed in this earlier prophet and then believed in Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. 29. You should adopt this way so that the people of the book may know that they do not have the sole right to the grace of Allah, and that His grace is entirely in His own hands, which He bestows on whoever He wills, and Allah is the owner of mighty grace. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.